At the age of 75, Roland LEONG may not move as fast as he once did. But in all fairness, he spent much of his life moving at heart-pounding speed. The man, well known as the father of drag racing in Hawaii, was recently recognized by his home state for his contributions not only to racing, but for representing the state in championship fashion.
Happy to be nominated to be in International Drag Racing Hall of Fame. And I thought that was a big deal. But to me, this is a bigger deal.
LEONG's Hawaiian Top Fuel dragsters swept the National Hot Rod Association's 2 national events in 1965. The same year, he left Hawaii for the mainland. He then swept the same 2 national championships the following year. Now, to be honored after all these years by the state that he still refers to as his home means everything.
Very humbling experience. Like I say, I was inducted into the International Hall of Fame, Drag Racing Hall of Fame. And this is just unbelievable to be recognized by the, I guess, where I was born and raised.
He says when he looks back at his days as a child, tinkering around with cars in the garage, he had no expectation of becoming a Hall of Fame racer, but he says it was always his dream.
Thinking about it, evidently it was, because that's all I ever did all my life. I never knew I'd be never knew you could make a living doing it. And even when we were doing it, never knew we could make it. We just did it. And at that time, I guess we learned from our mistakes. Hopefully we didn't make too many of them and never repeated our mistakes more than once.
LEONG says his road to success wasn't easy, and making matters more challenging, the initial lack of support from his family.
Believe it or not, my parents were very educated, and I'm the least educated one of my whole family. My father had a master's degree from Harvard in 1934. Unbelievable. Owned his own insurance company. And I guess I'm the only son, so you know what that means in an Asian family. Anyway, but I guess I took my own path.
Much to his delight, that path eventually included his mom, who not only supported him, but jumped all in.
She was way ahead of her time, way ahead. Thankfully, somebody supported my interests or my love, I would say, and I guess she had no choice, but like I say, thank you, Mom. She's up there, and I'm pretty sure smiling.
With his days in the fast lane now in the rearview mirror, LEONG prefers to spend his time sharing his knowledge and focusing on the future.
Hopefully, this would maybe hopefully be an influence to other kids that want to follow their dream, which for me, that's what it was.
He's already led other Hawaii boys to the big time, including brothers Todd and Scott Okuhara, who are enjoying success at the highest levels of the sport.
I'm proud to say I brought them over there to work with me way back in the early 90s, and they went on from there and making a hell of a living doing it.
To see someone come from Hawaii as a young man and went all the way to the top, I mean, that's a dream come true, and it's awesome to see that you got local boys, local people that can make it all the way to the top, and he's a very good example of it.
Today, LEONG stresses that racing is much more than just strapping yourself behind the wheel and going as fast as you can. It's the coming together of everything needed to get to the starting line: science, technology, engineering, math, and a whole lot of commitment. For people that don't get this...
And nowadays it's big money, more corporately, and you have to be more, I would say, educated. But now there are schools that you can actually go to that to learn something, where in our days you could learn the basics. But in our kind of racing, there wasn't any basics. You know, we learned as we went along.
And even though he left his island home more than a half a century ago to pursue his dream, LEONG says he has proved you can never take the islands out of the boy.
All my cars had something to do with Hawaii, all the way along. Sponsored by King's Hawaiian Bread, Hawaiian Punch. And even when I wasn't sponsored by a Hawaiian company, it always had the Hawaiian name written on it. So yes, I guess those are my roots, and I'm proud of it.
To represent Hawaii the way he did is very well, and you know, something we're proud. You know, Hawaii is a small state, and to get to come out of Hawaii and come all the way to the top, I think that was awesome. I mean, you know, that's something that hard to explain, that he's the best. You know, he did good. He's the best.
And although it's been quite some time since he's found himself behind the wheel of one of his famous funny cars, he says he'll never forget the feeling of racing down the track. He also says he can't even begin to imagine going as fast as today's racers go.
No, unbelievable. In the early days, we were wondering if we would even run 200 miles an hour. And now they're going over 300 miles an hour in 1,000 foot.
Would you want to be a passenger in that car just to feel what it's like, or no?
At my age, no, but it would be a rush.